Hi everybody, it's me Joseph, and today I'm doing a little video on the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram, which I thought would be helpful. Most people who practice magic are familiar with the idea that this ritual forms the foundational practice for creating a sacred space, casting a circle, or for erecting the temple, however you want to phrase it. And in ceremonial magic, it's used for lots of different purposes. It's a foundational ritual that's a blueprint for many other practices and procedures. So it's one that magic practitioners should be familiar with in one form or another. There's lots of variations on it in the world and among different people. Different people take it and they adapt it and use it in their own ways. And there's lots of debate about that. So also, anything that I say about it, I'm aware that there's probably people with different opinions, and magic is such a personal practice. It's difficult not to get defensive when people disagree with us and that sort of thing, but it's whatever works for you. So, as I always say, harm none and do as you will. This ritual purifies the auric field. It clears it of any negativity or previous energies that you don't want present for any kind of working. And it creates a sacred space between the worlds where you can perform magic and where it places you firmly in the center of your universe, where you can declare whatever kind of reality or changes that you want to declare. And hopefully those are for good purposes. So to begin the ritual, you start by facing east and you breathe and you center yourself and clear your mind and try to mentally and spiritually prepare yourself for the ritual that you're about to do. And once you feel ready, you take the 2 forefingers on your dominant hand and you trace a pentagram, a banishing pentagram of earth technically, because we're clearing the physical space of any negative energy and we're creating a physical space. Although I'll get into some of the details about astral performance in another video. And you trace the banishing pentagram of earth starting in the lower left-hand point of the pentagram, going up to the top point, down to the right-hand point, then up to the left upper point and the right upper point, and then back down to the lower left point, which is the point of earth. And once you have that, you visualize that happening in blue flame, in a cobalt blue flame that is suspended there and is inscribed in the air in front of you. And once you have that, you focus your energies and you project into the center of the pentagram all of that energy that you've just pulled into your body toward that quarter of the universe through the center of the pentagram, and you vibrate the name Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, which is Tetragrammaton, is the Hebrew name of God. And then you step back and you make the sign of silence with the left fingers over the lips, and that indicates that that part is sealed and done. And you trace that part of the circle to the south quarter, and you see that in a cobalt light or a white light, depending on how you prefer or how you see it etherically. And you face the south, you repeat the banishing ritual, or the banishing pentagram of earth, and then you vibrate the divine name Adonai, which means Lord. And you repeat the sign of silence, and then you trace that part of the circle to the western quarter, and you repeat the banishing pentagram of earth, see it flaming before you, and then you vibrate the divine name while you're projecting that energy into the pentagram in that quarter, in the western quarter, and you vibrate the name Aheiya, which means I am. And then you do the sign of silence, you repeat the rest of the circle to the north, banishing pentagram of earth, and you vibrate the divine name Agla, which is an Atorikon, which is a Hebrew device. It's a divine name that, it's a divine name that each letter stands for a word in a phrase. In this case, Agla stands for Ata Gabor Le'olam Adonai, which means thou art mighty forever, O Lord, roughly. And you make the sign of silence, and then you finish the circle in the east. You finish facing the east, and you see in your mind the circle and the pentagrams flaming around you as strongly as you can visualize that. And now you're going to invoke the archangels of the directions, which for the east is Raphael, and is air, is usually envisioned in yellows. And behind you is going to be the Archangel Gabriel, which is the element of water, and so in blue. To the right is Michael in the south, which is fire, and Uriel on your left in the north, which is earth. And I always see these as pillars of fire that are tinged with the color of the archangel. And I visualize that while I'm intoning their names. And once you've done that, you declare, about me flame the pentagrams, and within me flames the sixfold star. And the sixfold star is, of course, the two elemental triangles of fire and water, and they're intertwined, signifying as above, so below, and the union of all of the elements in unity. And so at this point, you're firmly at the center of the creative universe. And you'll want to do whatever work you want to do at that point. If you're not doing anything specific, if you're just performing the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram, then you can close it by doing the Kabbalistic cross again, visualizing the white light above you, and making the cross all the way down to the bottom of your feet, right shoulder, left shoulder, and vibrating Atah Malkuth Ve'Gabora Ve'Gedula Le'olam. Amen, which means so be it in Hebrew. So this ritual is one of the foundational rituals of all magical practice and ceremony, and it even influences folk magic, depending on what traditions you're following. I'm sure that you've seen variations of it elsewhere. So anyway, this is how I perform it, and I hope this is helpful to you. Blessed be. Atah Malkuth Ve'Gabora Ve'Gedula Le'olam. Amen. Yod He Vav He. Adonai. Agla. Before me, Raphael. Behind me, Gabriel. To my right, Michael. To my left, Uriel. About me flames the pentagrams, within me flames the six-rayed star. Atah Malkuth Ve'Gabora Ve'Gedula Le'olam. Amen. So I hope this has been helpful to everyone. And if you have any questions or comments or variations or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you haven't, go ahead and click that subscribe button. That really means a lot to me. As always, I hope everyone's doing well, and let's look forward to a day when we manifest a new world that is rooted in the values of love, compassion, knowledge, and liberation. Blessed be in peace.